Namaste, welcome to Geeta's Kitchen. Today we will see how to make a complete Gujarati thali from start to finish. Gujarat is known for its cuisine worldwide and Gujarati thalis have a wide array of dishes. So today what I have prepared in the menu is we are going to have Gujarati dal, Gujarati curry and two vegetable dishes, one with potato and one with cabbage, that is bataka no shak and gobi no shak, and then methi puri, some farsan in the form of mutia and dokla, and of course you cannot imagine a Gujarati thali without a sweet, so we'll be having Srikhand. So this is the menu for today's Gujarati thali, and although there are so many items, we can make it very easily once we do it in a very organized way, step by step. And of course this complete meal is without onion or garlic. So let us see how to make it. First of all, we'll cook the dal in the pressure cooker and keep it ready. So I have kept some water here in the pressure cooker, and to this I am adding 1 cup of tuvar dal which I have washed. 1 small cup I have washed and put it. So let us just allow this to be cooking. Next, as I have always said, multitasking and time management. So while the dal is being cooked, you can start the work on the curry. For the curry, it is a buttermilk based gravy. I have taken 2 cups of sour buttermilk. Now take these 2 cups of buttermilk in a vessel. Then add in 2 tablespoons of gram flour or besan. Add it to that. Add some salt to taste. Now this is a paste of ginger and green chilies. This ginger green chili paste will come in handy for many of the dishes. So let us add in about 1 teaspoon of this ginger green chili paste, which gives the typical flavor to the curry. And mix it all well so that there are no lumps. Also add a little bit of chili powder and a very little bit of haldi or turmeric powder. Switch on the gas and allow this to cook together over a low flame. Just going to add a little bit more of water. While it is cooking, we can add some few fresh curry leaves, which imparts a very good aroma to the curry. So keep stirring it now and then and wait for the curry to be cooked. So just to make sure that there are no lumps of the gram flour in the buttermilk, you can churn the buttermilk and the gram flour together before you start cooking it. See, the curry has been cooking and it has come to a boil. When it starts boiling, we can remove it, and then we'll do the seasoning for the curry. For that, heat a pan. Take about 2 teaspoons of oil in it and add some mustard seeds, half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, half a teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, and quarter teaspoon of asafoetida. While that is seasoning is getting ready, this is jaggery which I have powdered. So I am adding 1 teaspoon of jaggery to this. You can use either jaggery or sugar. Now the mustard and jeera I have cracked. add the seasoning to the curry. So your Gujarati curry is ready. Just cover it and keep it aside. Our dal is. Next we will make the bataka nushak, that is the potato sabji with gravy. For this, take about 3 teaspoons of oil. Heat 3 teaspoons of oil. Add a few mustard seeds, a few cumin seeds, and some asafoetida to this, that is hing. I have taken about 3 potatoes and washed them, cut them into small pieces, not too small though, and kept them in water. I have not removed the skin because this adds a typical taste to the sabji. So potatoes with skin which have been washed and cut into pieces. Now adding the potatoes. Stir them a bit. I am adding haldi powder, salt, chili powder, stir fry it. Also add in a little bit of dhania jeera powder. Stir it all together. Cook for just 1 or 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, add some water to this. And check the potatoes. They are nearly done but not completely done. So at this stage, add 1 tomato which I have cut into pieces. You can either add tomato, or if you don't have tomato, you can add some tamarind pulp also. Basically, it gives the sourness also to this sabji, and allow it all to cook together for a couple of minutes more. Add a teaspoon of jaggery to this and cook it for another 1 or 2 minutes till the tomatoes become very soft and mushy. At that time, we can switch it off. Now it's done. The tomatoes are also well mashed. You can switch off the gas, take it into your serving container, and then just top it up with some freshly cut coriander leaves. So your bataka nushak is also ready. Now let's open the cooker and check the dal. The dal is done. Just mash the dal very well. Next we can season the dal. Heat a kadai. To the cooked dal, add some salt, a little bit of haldi, and this is green chilli paste. I have taken 2 green chillies, made it into a paste. I am adding it to the dal. Mix it well. Then this is some tamarind pulp. Add this also to the dal because Gujarati dal is khatti meethi dal. So you have added tamarind pulp for the sourness, and then some jaggery, 1 teaspoon of jaggery for the sweetness. Khatti meethi dal. Gujaratis, as I always say, are very sweet people. They always add sweet to whatever recipe they make. Most of the recipes, you will find that it has either sugar or jaggery in it. So I have taken some oil in this kadai. Add some mustard seeds, cumin seeds, and allow them to crackle. I am adding in some groundnuts also to the seasoning. A bit of red chili powder to the dal. and then pour the seasoning on top of the chili powder. You will get a very good color also. Has all come to a boil once again, and your dal is ready. You can take it out in your container. Finally, garnish it with some chopped coriander leaves. So your Gujarati dal is also ready now. Our next item is the gobi nusha. Gobi is the patta gobi, that is cabbage which I have chopped finely and kept ready. I have heated 3 teaspoons of oil, add few mustard seeds and some cumin seeds to it. Next, add in the chopped cabbage. Add a little bit of haldi, some salt, and then this ginger green chili paste which we made earlier, that we are going to add 1 teaspoon of that, and cover it and cook it for some time till the cabbage is nearly done. While the cabbage is cooking, let us make the dough for the puri. I have taken atta over here, that is wheat flour. We are going to make masala puri. So add some haldi, salt, a little bit of chili powder. These are white sesame seeds or til seeds, and a teaspoon of oil. First mix all these ingredients together and then add water a little bit at a time and make a firm dough. Add some cumin seeds, that is jeera, to it and mix the dough. Now the dough is ready for your masala puri. Just cover it and keep it aside. See, now our cabbage is well cooked. This is groundnuts which I have roasted and coarsely powdered. I have taken about 2 tablespoons of groundnuts and dry roasted them in a pan and coarsely powdered them in a mixie. Add it to the cabbage. Then one more item we are going to add. And these are raisins, just about 1 or 2 teaspoons you can add, and mix them together. So cabbage sabji, that is gobi no shak, is ready. Again, just about half a teaspoon of jaggery powder and sprinkling on top and mix it together. So your next item is also ready. See, now I have kept the oil for frying the puris. I have rolled out the puris. At the same time, let us make the dough for the mutiyas. So I have taken some besan or gram flour, about half a cup. Add a little bit of salt and a little bit of chili powder to it. These are fresh methi leaves which I have chopped. Add the fresh methi leaves also to this and then bring it all together and make it into a dough. We are going to just shape with oiled hands, just shape the dough into small pieces like this. Either you can make them rounds or oblong elongated pieces like this, and then we are going to deep fry them in the oil. Next, slowly slide them into the oil and deep fry them. Now we have fried them to a golden color over a low medium flame. You can remove them on an absorbent paper. Likewise, you can fry the remaining mutiyas also. Next, we will fry the puris. Gently slide them into the oil. Next, we will make the sweet dish, that is the Shrikhand. For Shrikhand, I had taken 1 cup of curd, put it in a clean white cloth like this and tied it, and I had kept it in the fridge so that it doesn't become sour also. and the water drains into another vessel. So we are actually hanging the curd and removing on. All you have to do now is remove this and take it onto a bowl. To this, add 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar and mix it very well. Now I have mixed together the powdered sugar and the hung curd. Just top it up with some saffron. So your saffron flavored Shrikhand is now ready. See how easy it was to prepare that? You are just to keep the curd in the fridge hung in a cloth and drain the water. Next we are going to make one more snack item, that is the dokla, for which I have taken moong dal. I had soaked it for about 3 hours. I drained the water and ground it into a paste like this. To this ground paste I am going to add this ginger green chilli paste and some salt. Mix it together thoroughly. Add a few drops of lime juice to it. Again mix it. Next you have to keep a steamer ready. Here I have taken some water and allowed it to boil. I have taken a small plate, greased it with oil. Just before adding it to this, you add half a teaspoon of Eno fruit salt to add to the batter. Mix it thoroughly. Pour the dokla batter onto the greased plate and just tap the plate a little so that it is spread out, and then keep this for steaming. If you have a larger quantity, you can use a bigger plate. And meanwhile, let us prepare the seasoning for the dokla. I have heated 2 teaspoons of oil. Add some mustard seeds. Allow them to splutter. Then add a teaspoon of sesame seeds or white dill seeds. Keep the flame low. And some green chilies, chopped green chilies. And then pour some water over it, about half a cup of water, and just bring it to a boil. I have removed the plate from the steamer. Just allow it to cool and then remove it. So you have your spongy dokla ready now. What you can do is cut it into pieces. Some of this seasoning on top of it. And then decorate with some chopped coriander leaves and also some grated coconut. Sprinkle it all over. And your dokla is also now ready to be served. So our sumptuous Gujarati thali is ready. Gujarati thali is always served with some chas or buttermilk, which I have kept here in the glass. So quickly we'll go through the items which we have. I have here masala puri, dokla, fried mutiyas, khatti mitti dal, batakanu shak, and this is gobi na shak, kadhi, Shrikhand. I have just added a little bit of cucumber salad and some pickle to go with it. So do try out these recipes, enjoy it with your family and friends, share the recipe on your social media, and do subscribe to Geeta's Kitchen for more such easy, tasty vegetarian recipes. Thank you.